For those with good taste.
Welcome back, Tasties and Tastettes, to another episode of FTWGT Weekly. It's your boy Lenny, joined again, as always, with the man who's clapping cheeks and sneaking peeks.
Yeah, nah, bro. I'm not going to let you intro me anymore. I'll intro my damn self because this is crazy.
Little Diddy himself, Dante's in the building.
What the hell?
And Dave.
And Dave. Why does he get the... All right, let's see what this is. All right.
And if you liked that intro, make sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe on the podcast, please.
Yes, sir.
Anything to add, Dante? Disclaimer?
I would also like if y'all hit that notification bell for me, please.
Ding, ding, ding. Thank you.
Ring-a-ding-ding, baby.
Hey, we were talking before the pod, and I just figured a good intro subject for us. We were talking sitcoms, right? We were watching one.
Yeah.
And Dave, I thought, brought up an interesting thing where his example of like a sitcom guy, like his first example was George Lopez. And
Yeah.
I thought that was really odd because like he had a sitcom. It was on, but it's not the first one that comes to mind. So I was just wondering if we could brainstorm
he's got
our first like
he's got
sitcom
a second
guy.
one now too.
Which one?
I think it's like
George Lopez's grandfather's house.
no, I feel like it's just a continuation of
The same show?
yeah.
That's impressive.
I don't.
Can we double check that? So I wanted to ask, like, I go with you because Dave already kind of gave us our example. Like, who's the first dad who comes to your mind? Like, who's the sitcom guy for you? If you were gonna like, oh, is this like a so and so?
You say dad, so now I got to go Uncle Phil.
Okay, that's a perfect.
I mean, if you say dad, I'm going.
Bill Cosby? You're sick.
No, Married with Children.
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
That's
So-
another good one, yeah.
I think that's the best one so far. My was Tim Allen.
Okay.
Because I was thinking how like Al Bundy's done like two shows, right?
Modern Family.
Modern Family, and he did Married with Children.
He did Modern Family?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
a very major part in Modern
I
Family.
guess I've never watched Modern Family. so-
He's married to Sofia Vergara, whatever her name is.
Vergara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just switch around letters.
Sure.
Not too bad. But Tim Allen also had obviously Home Improvement, but then he had Last Man Standing was the other one.
Yeah.
So he's had a decent little run as sitcom dad life.
Okay.
Those are kind of my go-to. I think Uncle Phil's a great one, but Uncle Phil, what's his longevity?
Well, none. R.I.P. But,
Yeah, but like, what did he do after Fresh Prince for sitcom TV?
I think he did plenty in Fresh Prince to be able to stand on screen as your, like, on-screen dad. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's like he didn't get anything after that. Why? Because like Damon Wayans Sr. has had a bunch of shows. I feel like he had My Wife and Kids. Was that the name of it or something? When we were
That is
younger?
a show.
Was that him?
I'm not sure.
That feels like it was him.
I mean, we got Celtic Pride. We got Bulletproof.
But those are movies.
Those are movies. He's
though.
talking sitcom
okay.
still.
Damon Wayans Sr. I'm only asking because Papa's House is out now, which is him with his son, Damon Wayans Jr.
And correction, George Lopez's new sitcom is not like a continuation, but where the first one was just called George Lopez, his new one is called Lopez versus Lopez.
So it's him versus another Lopez?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Huh.
So, yeah, Damon Wayans Sr. was in My Wife and Kids, which was a great show. I enjoyed that one. Did you enjoy that one? Here's my other question. Do we have, is there like standout moms? Because I think the kids stand out. I think that the dads stand out, but I can't like there's not
some of like the 80s ones, not so much. I mean,
the Fresh Prince, I think, on Viv.
Yeah, which one?
The first one. The second one's not that good, right?
I mean, Peggy Bundy. I'm going back to the same show.
Peg's a good one.
Yeah.
And then you want to just take his other show with Modern Family. Claire's really good as well.
Claire Huxtable?
Yeah. No.
Maybe here's the,
well,
I guess.
Well, she kind of stood on her own in that show as well.
Yeah.
I think the other thing maybe that's tough that's skewing my view a little bit is like up until like I watched sitcoms probably up until like the early 2000s, and I don't really have much for the past like family sitcoms. Like I watched like New Girl and stuff, but like
Yeah.
can't really think of like a lot of family sitcoms that I've watched like post 2005. Modern Family is like the standard, right? For like a family sitcom post 2005.
Yeah.
What's another one that like stands out?
For families?
Blackish.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Not the target audience, unfortunately.
Oh,
so I
sorry.
didn't catch that
that's
one.
another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Anthony Anderson?
Yeah.
Okay. I love him. He's
Yeah.
great.
I
Kangaroo
mean-
Jack.
Yep.
Romeo Must Die.
Ooh, Romeo Must Die. I forgot about that one. I'm gonna have to catch that.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie.
Damn. I can't think of too many like families. I know of like other sitcoms. You got like Big Bang Theory. You got How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, like
Well,
maybe
those aren't
like
really
that, but then-
family sitcoms.
well, I
So
know.
those are like
Well,
friends.
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
did it transition from family sitcoms being a thing at the end of the like mid 2000s?
It might have pivoted
Maybe.
with Friends.
Friends would have been not mid 90s though.
Yeah.
True.
I like.
But you're right. Like sitcoms have generally been for the past like 15 years. I feel like
Friend groups.
yeah, like 4 people in an apartment. Not
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can't afford families anymore.
that's actually a good representation piece
In this
yeah.
economy.
Yeah. This is also one of those segments where anybody who's listening or watching is like screaming fucking sitcoms at the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that we are
100%.
just not.
Like, how could they not say?
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But Modern Family is literally the only one that jumps to mind. You know which one? You know which sitcom I loved in the early 2000s that I don't think a lot of people comes to the mind. Do you guys watch Grounded for Life?
Never even heard of it, actually.
Grounded for Life was fantastic.
The redhead dude Bullock from
Yes, from Gotham.
yeah.
Yes, really good. Also, what was the King of Queens?
King of Queens. I guess that is a sitcom. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's not a dad.
I mean,
They didn't
there
have
is a dad.
kids.
Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur Stiller.
I think
Yeah.
one from recently is the Goldbergs.
That's done really well.
Yeah.
That's even got spin-offs, right? What about, do you consider Young Sheldon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's more
Yeah.
of a family in terms of like versus Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
for
that's
sure.
their family sitcom alternative.
Yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. Again, though, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's a top tier one. Oh, his dad, Al, right? That's the
Yeah.
dad's name in that. Like
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston might be an all-time sitcom dad.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Kim piece of shit in Breaking Bad, buddy.
Yeah. That was the evolution of his character. Fun fact, never seen it.
Me neither, but like,
Good thing we're both talking shit about him. Yeah,
Breaking Bad or
Breaking Bad.
I've
I've watched all of Malcolm.
I tried. I think I got a season and a half, 2.5 seasons. Like, funny enough, like I think I got to the episode where they introduced Saul for the first time. I'm sure you know of who Saul is.
Better Call him.
I saw that episode, and I think that was the last episode I watched. I was just like,
I literally have only watched episode 1.
I've watched-
saw Bryan Cranston in his underwear and was like,
Yeah.
this is not for me.
So I've seen episode 1 several times because I've tried watching,
But,
and like I don't know, it's kind of crazy because it's considered like the best TV show of all time, right?
Yeah, it's
one
up
of, yeah.
And I cannot say that it's ever seemed appealing to me. I think the other part was when it was ending, were we just post high school, Dave? Probably like I was 19.
when it was
Around there.
ending. No, we
Yeah.
were in college.
Okay, 19 would have gotten me to college.
Yeah, college age.
But they like I remember my friends being super into it, and so I know pretty well like the ending and like where it was because like they would talk about it when I was around. But yeah, everybody just says how great it is, and I'm sure like he's fantastic. But
I think there's just too many shows where everybody will always tell you like, oh yeah, the first few episodes, the first half of the first season is kind of dry, or the first season's kind of dry, and it's just like, why should I have to go through that if this show's so great?
I think that's like 90% of TV. There's not like greatest first seasons of a TV show. I have one that comes.
I need prep work for that.
I have one that immediately comes to mind. It's Prison Break.
Yeah, yeah.
I think people would say 24 maybe had a fantastic first season.
Most first seasons, yeah, because you're getting a feel for the writers, you're getting a feel for the characters. Characters develop into something different than what
I
they
think
were
the
first
writers are
written
getting
down.
a feel for their characters, right?
Yeah,
Because like I've been watching. We've talked about this. The Lamorne.
The Morning After podcast.
Well, no, the one he does with Cece is the one.
I forget what that one's called.
mess around.
Mess Around Pod. Yeah, and he talked about he didn't really start feeling comfortable in his character until season 3.
Yeah, because he got goofy as hell.
Yeah, and he was like, that's when I
cat.
actually figured out like my lane for my character, and you can see it in the way the show progressed. Is like end of season 1, season 2 is them just like trying to figure out ways for him to kind of fit in what kind of character he would be. And then season 3 is where he's like, no, I know what my character is and now what my role to the show is.
Yeah, he takes that girl's cat and then just never looks back from being an absolute weirdo.
Ferguson, yeah.
Oh, damn, I forgot Ferguson. It wasn't originally his.
No, Ferguson's also great, yeah. But yeah, first seasons of shows are tough, generally speaking, I would say. I don't know. What's on the list of like shows that everybody loves that you guys have not watched and are like
Game of Thrones.
Okay, that's a big one. Another one
Sopranos.
for me. Never seen
Sopranos.
Yeah, I've never seen Sopranos. Sons of Anarchy is another one that I feel like people love that I never watched.
I enjoyed it for a bit, but dude, I don't recommend it. It's such a fucking soap opera, like with motorcycles.
Okay.
You haven't dissuaded me yet.
It's soap opera might have locked you in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and there's something gotta be said for soap operas because like General Hospital is on episode like 3,506.
I don't know.
General
I think they
Hospital.
get credit for the fact that there's just TVs on across the country that don't change the channels.
But we're not the audience, Dave. There are women out there, older women that watch this shit religiously 5 days a week. And the story keeps going.
Damn.
Like it keeps going, guys.
They're just living life vicariously through those characters at this point.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, and you know this with like, I'm sure your grandmother watches some like telenovela shit, right?
She used to a lot, like before. Like now, she just kind of puts on the TV to watch her.
Wait, watch herself?
Like the TV watches her. She doesn't watch the TV. That's what I mean.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson movie. She just watches her.
Wait, she's just watching herself? Like
No, because like she'll have the TV on and then she'll just fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah, I get you. I remember my grandfather used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
And you just walk out there and it'd be like trying to sneak through the room and not make noise while I'm like grabbing a drink. And he's just like head back, mouth agape,
Yep.
waiting for the 4:00 news to start.
Yep.
TV's just on static, and you're just like, all right, well.
Well, 'cause
Thankfully, they don't do that anymore.
I think for retired people, like dudes love from like 8 a.m. till noon, and then they love when the news starts at 4. But there's nothing really in that gap. Whereas women love from like 11:30 a.m. till like 4 p.m. There's just money TV for them
Yeah.
because it's all these sitcom reruns. I remember my grandmother used to just have like a King of Queens or something would just be rerun in the middle of the day. And there's a couple. What's the dude from Guts? Mike O'Malley, right?
Yeah.
Remember he had
He had one a while ago.
that show used to be on, I remember, every day at like 2:30 p.m. on TBS. I can't remember the name of it now.
I will never, without looking it up, there's no way I'd
I'm surprised I pulled Mike O'Malley, if I'm being completely honest.
Does Scrubs count as a sitcom?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's another
totally.
one,
I mean,
right?
do you know what sitcom stands
Back
for?
to Mo with the
Situational
results.
comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Scrubs would apply.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Nice. Do you remember the show Men at Work?
I know I've heard the title, but I don't think I've ever watched it.
It's only like a season and a half long or 2 seasons long. It's got the canceled dude from that 70s show, Danny Masterson.
I see. The canceled dude.
Yeah, very canceled.
Very.
We are not on board with Danny Masterson.
Yeah, we are not
On
going to
this
see
one.
him again.
We also do not support.
At all.
Yeah.
Except I did really like him in the Ashton Kutcher show. Not that 70s show, the other one that I've been telling, The Ranch. He was fantastic in The Ranch. You can't take that away from him. You just can't. You also wonder with that 90s show if he would have had a role on that.
What's Ashton Kutcher doing
Yes,
these
dear.
days?
He's kind of canceled.
Is
Yes,
he?
dear is the name of it. Yeah, you're right.
Kind of.
Yeah, he's kind of canceled.
What'd he do?
Well, so first they had the whole thing with,
supporting the Danny Masterson situation.
yeah, they did that. He's associated with Diddy as well. And didn't they have the whole thing about them not washing their kids?
Yeah, I think everybody got past that though. But yeah,
It's probably kind of bottom of the line
Yeah.
for the things he's got going on.
Damn.
But can't forget that he doesn't wash his kids.
Wait, wash?
Yeah,
Or
like
watch?
him and Mila Kunis are like,
no, it was
our kids don't need to shower.
It was not like a everyday kind of thing, and everybody kind of blew it out of proportion.
I mean, they didn't bathe their children. They have people that could pay to do that for them.
Sure, but no, she said that like they got it like 2 or 3 times a week. It wasn't an everyday situation.
2 or 3 times a week is crazy.
Kids are dirty, dude.
I mean, they also don't really sweat. So it's not.
I don't know if that's
You don't have.
statistically true or not.
I've definitely. Yeah, no, they do sweat.
Uh,
I just don't think you've been around children in a very long time.
That's a
they
good thing.
sweat.
No, it's a good thing, Dave. Put that on
That's
your
true.
put that on your
That's
Are
business
you about to
card.
Google
That's-
do kids
I mean,
sweat?
dude, that's a green flag. All
Put
right?
that on your business card.
That's a green flag.
Has not been around kids in a long time. Can we get a call card for that? Actually,
People might question for what reason are you not allowed?
Dave, I'd like Dante if you could make a graphic for me this week where it's Dave with a thumbs up and your quote next to it that says like hasn't been,
I veto that. I veto that.
hasn't been around kids in a long time.
Just give me a nod and wink to the camera with a thumbs up real quick.
Nope. Nope.
All right, you guys want to get into the news?
That
Sure.
wasn't the news.
No, that was just a random topic that popped into my brain before we started the podcast.
Valid.
Thanks, Dave. Okay. Well, we just got finished watching the Mission Impossible trailer, so let's start there. So Final Reckoning trailer came out. Any takeaways first from you guys?
The trailer kind of felt like a montage.
Yeah, there was like 50 different stunts.
Definitely a montage. I want to reflect back on our talk the other week about the $40 million budget.
400.
$400 million budget. You're correct. Yep. Add at least a zero. That seems like there was a decent amount of stuff in locations that they would need that kind of a budget.
I think there was
Yeah.
8 different planes throughout that trailer.
There was
Definitely a lot of
submarine.
expensive
Yeah.
stuff there.
It looked like they want you to really know, like, we are going to, if this is in fact the final one, like,
This looks like
every single stunt he's ever done is going to get redone. And the one thing I greatly appreciated about that trailer is even though it's a montage, he was running for at least 50%.
the iconic run. Dude.
Like they know the target audience they're going
The
after.
arms
He will,
swinging.
he will be running.
I
as
saw that
fast
run
as
and I was like,
possible.
no, I'm locked in. I
Yeah.
want to see this.
And then you saw it another two frames later, he was still running. He just kept running the whole trailer. I really loved that. We'll wait and see on the movie itself. The real reason I want to talk about this more so is, have you seen who Tom Cruise would like to take over the franchise for him? Because you
No.
said, Dave, he looks like he's starting to actually get old.
Yeah.
He's fucking 60, which is insane. Again, even though he looks old, the fact that he's doing that fucking movie at 60 and you know that he's doing that movie is crazy. But you didn't see who he wants to.
Jonathan Majors.
He is a chameleon, that man.
Miles Teller.
No. It's his other Hollywood best friend.
The dude I hate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glenn
Yeah,
Powell.
yeah, he wants Glenn Powell to take over
Ooh.
Mission Impossible from him.
I thought Miles Teller would be pretty good.
I don't know.
I don't
Glenn
agree.
Powell-
I don't think.
Glenn Powell.
I
Mission
like
Impossible
Miles
would be
Teller.
sick.
I like Miles Teller, but Miles Teller isn't really an action dude. First of all, like he did Fantastic Four and he did Top Gun, right? Like not any other action movies that really come to mind with Miles Teller at the helm. Also, I just don't know that he does stuff anymore.
Mm.
Like, what has Miles Teller done since Top Gun?
He's done stuff, my guy.
My God.
As he stalls to search IMDb.
Shh.
He's definitely done things.
I think he's like,
He actually has not done a movie since 2022.
yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Damn.
He's just a sports fan now.
Nothing
That's all
upcoming
he
either?
is.
Huh?
Anything upcoming?
Oh, actually, yeah. Five projects upcoming.
Are any of them? Well, one of them's got to be Top Gun 3.
No. I don't. A Life of Jesus.
Oh,
Yep.
if that's what he's doing, then all right. Yeah, no.
I'm a real big religious film guy these days, so
Are you though?
I'll be there. Sign me up. Yeah, I just don't think Miles Teller is a fantastic actor. I don't think that he fits it. I also think he got himself a bad name in Hollywood. Like, he's notoriously kind of a dickhead. And people don't like him for that, from what I understand. I don't know him personally to back up those claims. Glenn Powell, on the other hand, he kind of fits the Mission Impossible mold a bit.
Yeah, no,
He
very
did-
likable guy as long as you don't ask Dave.
Yeah. He did, however, say, I think that he was asked, like, would you be interested in taking on that role? And he was like, my mother would never let me.
Wait, what?
Which I like. His mom's like, I don't want you jumping out of planes constantly. And you know, if Tom Cruise is handing that over to somebody, he's going to make them sign a thing that's like,
you got to do your own stunts.
You do all of the stunts.
Yeah.
You're not allowed not to.
Yeah.
So, but I'm down for that. If you're going to continue, because that's the whole thing that Tom Cruise said is that he doesn't, or the whole, them calling it the final reckoning, he's not necessarily ready to let go of the franchise yet. And I feel like if he finds a younger counterpart, which, you know what the funny part of this is I'm pretty sure like Jeremy Renner was the one who was supposed to be the guy to take this over.
Huh.
He's kind of old too.
He's 40s. Yeah.
I just want to
Maybe
interject.
50.
There's an upcoming show with Glenn Powell.
Yeah, he's playing a quarterback.
Dude, he's playing the Eli Manning like whatever, like disguised.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Chad Powers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is it an Apple TV show?
It doesn't say that on here. But
It feels like Apple TV though, right? To get him involved
Feels
on a TV
like it,
show.
yeah.
That might be funny.
Either like Apple TV or Amazon.
But so what's the premise of that show? Like, I know the character you're talking about, but why is it getting a show?
A disgraced college quarterback named Russ Holiday disguises himself as Chad Powers and walks onto a struggling Southern football team to revive his career.
Okay.
So he missed his shot as himself, so he's going
To try and redo
disguised
all of it.
at a lesser school.
Do you think that's a one season thing?
Probably.
Gotta be like a mini series.
I mean, what happens? Like, you break out and now you get like drafted, but you
Yeah. Do you take the disguise off at that point, or do you have to
Right.
keep being that guy?
right?
Well, if it's with Glenn Powell, like I think he's too big to do like a prolonged run of a TV show, so it's got to be like a one season thing.
I mean, he's got the hair and he's got the nose prosthetic, so
I think Renner chose to do Born,
he also almost
Over.
died.
but this was way before the death incident. You remember when he got ate by a tractor, Dante?
No, I didn't know that.
Or no, a snowplow, like a cat.
Like he got ran over.
Yeah.
Oh
He
shit!
got like eaten up by it.
Swallowed up.
Yeah, his I think it was that his nephew or something was he went outside to like clear something from in front of it, and his nephew by accident like put it into drive, and it rolled up on him.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and he broke like a ton of bones in his body and almost died. But this was way before it, that he was going to come back for Mission Impossible 5 because he was in 4. He was going to come. No, he was 4 and 5 maybe, and he was going to come back for 6, and ended up. I think it just didn't line up because of maybe it was the Avengers, but I think it was Bourne Legacy that it didn't line up because of. So he ended up doing that job instead, and then has not come back for any of the other ones. And I don't know if he said some like discouraging stuff in regards to it, and that's why he didn't come back or what. But I think it wasn't necessarily amicable the way it ended.
I see.
Well, if it was for Avengers, I think he made a good decision with like the Hawkeye stuff. Yeah,
Totally. Like if it was if it's Bourne Legacy, I think it's not as good.
I
of a
never saw
decision.
that.
It's a fine movie, but his character's never been brought back. Like I'm sure there was an idea at some point of like him and Matt Damon doing something.
Because you ended up bringing back Matt Damon for another
for
movie
Bourne
or two.
Yeah, for Jason Bourne. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten another one. I think we might get another one of those possibly. Also, kind of along the same note, they're starting to cast the next James Bond,
Okay.
and they said they're looking for around an actor around 30 who they would be open to a person of color. They made sure to throw that in there at the end. Just leave the doors open. Could Dave, since you have a computer in front of you, could you pull up like the biggest or like most popular actors under the age of 35? I'm sure there's a list for that somewhere, right?
There probably would have been a list for next possible James Bond too.
Yeah, but that's going to show like Idris Elba on it still and stuff, and that's kind of my problem. If they're trying to find somebody around 30, they're definitely not looking for like that guy who's super established.
I mean, obviously they're going to have to be English as well.
I think Tom Holland would be an easy first go.
I don't think he's old enough.
Andrew Garfield.
Not a Bond guy.
No, not a Bond guy.
No.
No, sweet man, very lovable, not a Bond guy.
Nah, he doesn't have that suave to him, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's not with us anymore.
Heath Ledger?
No. It's the guy from Glee is on this list.
How old is this list?
Yeah, no
Do you know what it is to gleek, Dante?
Modified 11 years ago. Dude.
Sick.
Do you know what gleeking is?
Yes.
Okay.
Why did you use Gleek?
No, I was just wondering. J-dubs.
Okay. You know what gleeking is, Dave?
Maybe.
Can you gleek on command?
No.
Me
I'm not
neither.
that good.
Me neither. I don't know how to gleek on command.
I also don't know if I'd want to.
You know, I think I kind of would.
I type in next in line for James Bond, and it's Idris Elba is the first one.
That's why I just knew that wouldn't be a good Google search. Actors under 35. Tom Holland definitely is the first one that comes to mind.
Richard Madden would be good.
Who the fuck is Richard Madden?
Game of Thrones.
Doesn't help. That could be anybody, Dave. That could be Kit Harington.
You could just turn your computer.
Is he the
show
guy in
picture.
The Bodyguard?
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about, I think, now.
This list is kind of
Also, Kit Harington, wasn't he in the movie, in the or the movie series MI? MI1, MI2, MI3?
Mission Impossible?
That's
No,
yeah,
they're up
that's
to-
Tom Cruise, my guy.
Look up MI. Look up MI
No,
like 4.
I'm not.
All right, guys, I'll do it.
It's just going to come up Mission Impossible.
Guys, do you not trust me?
No.
Not really.
All right. This is the way we're gonna do it this week. All right.
This week? No, this is just a regular thing. Just found a lot of trust issues over the course of the...
So Aaron Taylor Johnson is at the high on the list. Michael Ward, I don't know who that is. Jamie.
Aaron Taylor Johnson would be good.
Yeah, but he's not English, is he? Oh, he might be.
What's this, Dante?
Mission Impossible 5.
That's not Mission Impossible.
That's MI5, dude. Featuring Kit Harington.
Barry Keoghan.
That is...
I'd like him.
Okay.
Is he too small?
Paul Mescal. Dude, Daniel Craig is tiny.
Anytime you give me Paul Mescal, I will show up to that movie. So sign me up. He's got the suaveness.
I'll know after Gladiator if he's got the action.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, I think he's English. He might be Irish. See the new show coming out with why am I bringing this up and I don't actually have the information to say it. What's the guy's name from Fantastic Beasts?
The lead character?
Yeah.
I don't know his name. He was just talking about Fantastic Beasts though, and now he doesn't think you'll see his character again.
Eddie Redmayne. He's got a show coming out on Apple TV where he plays like an assassin, I think. I've seen trailers for it over the last week and it looks really, really good.
I'm sure it's good. He's a great actor.
The Day of the Jackal.
He feels like he'll always be Newt to me, though. Newt Scamander.
Newt? He's been in a lot of things I've seen. Theory of Everything. He played Stephen Hawking. He was really good. As much as I didn't care about Les Mis, like he was in that and played a really big role.
Stephen Hawking, real piece of shit, right?
No.
He was on Epstein Island, no?
Yeah.
Actually, he might have been.
Certainly was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like some of the funniest pictures from
now
the
that you
Epstein
say
Island
that,
stuff.
Yeah, and clearly Dave's in support of him.
Yeah. Put that on a quote card.
We have already
Dave with a
established
thumbs
I'm
up.
not I do not spend time with children.
No, that's cool.
Well, from one blockbuster to the next, Dave, I had a topic for you I'd like to discuss.
Oh, baby.
I don't have the name in front of me, but they decided on a new Star Wars director or whatever, right?
Did they?
Yeah.
Is it for
a new
Ray
franchise.
movie?
So I was going to piggyback on that with Ray. They have like several upcoming things for Ray.
Yeah.
Director. Let's see. I should have pulled their name up. Because everything's pulling up Ray now.
It's a good name.
Fuck.
Ray Liotta.
How do you feel about the Ray stuff? We'll start there, I guess.
I mean, it just needs to have good writing. That's I don't mind the character, but like I don't mind the idea of the character, I should say, and I like Daisy Ridley. It's just I couldn't care about that previous trilogy whatsoever.
I can tell you this: the people that I've seen talk about whoever the new person is have not had very positive things to say about it.
Great.
Yeah, hold on, I'm still working through it. Star Wars trilogy. So look this up on Simon Kingberg. Look up what they've worked on, Dave. Let's get your this way it's even better. We can get your live reaction.
I just saw he produced The Martian, Logan, Fantastic Four, X-Men Dark Phoenix, part of Deadpool Wolverine. So it looks like he does a lot of Marvel work. Legion, which was really good. The New Mutants.
Which we can't say one's really good without saying one's
not really good.
yeah, really bad.
Star Wars Rebels was a really, really good show. He's a producer on all these, so have no idea what his actual role was, but he is associated with a lot of good movies. And we were talking about this just before the pod, but he was also a producer on Jumper.
Okay, that's going back. So he's just producing. He's not the director, right?
Not the director. He was a writer on the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
It's a good show. New cast for season 2. Don't know if I talked about that.
He was a writer for Star Wars Rebels, so he wrote the screenplay for the newest Fantastic Four and X-Men Apocalypse, both not good movies.
Well, when you say the newest Fantastic Four, you don't mean the one that's coming out. You mean the one
Miles Teller one.
Miles Teller, yeah, that one. That's not a good one to have on your writing credits.
And Michael B. Jordan was,
Fruitvale Station.
No, he was Johnny Storm in that movie. Remember we were talking beforehand.
Yeah.
Terry Crews' comment
about the Thing, but that's what you were trying to remember.
Yes, Terry Crews and whatever show we were watching just beforehand.
Are we there yet?
Said he wanted to be the first black member of Fantastic Four, and I was just like, I'm pretty sure we've had one, but this movie came out after.
Yeah, that joke
comment
was prior. He didn't know.
No, he didn't know yet.
He was really probably bummed when he found out he couldn't be the first.
He also wrote the Brangelina, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
He's got a very intimate knowledge of those characters.
XXX State of the Union.
Ooh.
All right, so he's done some good stuff.
The worst one.
He's done some stuff.
I love all the XXX movies. I don't care.
State of the Union though is where they carjack a tank.
Yeah, if it's got wheels, we could jack it. That was Exhibit's first role on the movie. It's great.
First role?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's the first thing I remember ever seeing him in. That's also the last thing I remember ever seeing him in.
He wasn't in Boys in the Hood?
No.
He was also, well, I guess it's because he's just done a ton of
Pimp My Ride.
No, Law and Order.
Oh yeah. Was it SVU, right? No,
I don't think he's worried about them.
Damn.
Exhibit has 38 episodes in Empire.
Never watched it.
Me neither. He had 3 episodes of Hawaii Five-0. I did watch that. I don't remember him in that. He was in the movie Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
He was in 8 Mile long before
he was.
XXX.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Retract your statement.
Was he like an extra?
No, he had the scene at the when they were at the food truck.
Yeah,
he's the one that
when they were rapping on their lunch break.
Yeah,
outside
because he goes at the lesbian lady, and then Eminem backs her up.
Yeah,
and shit's all over him.
All right, whatever. Y'all wanted to fact check me so bad.
He was also in Gridiron.
That's the one I just pulled up too.
His first movie was XXX State of the Union. Fuck what IMDb says.
Well, actually, even before 8 Mile, he was in the Country Bears.
The Country Bears?
He was also in The Wash.
Don't forget Full Clip with Busta Rhymes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And then he was in The Breaks, which is a 1999 movie.
These are the breaks.
Dude, he was in Country Bears as himself.
I like that. Okay, so you seem like you're relatively enthused by that list.
Yeah.
And we're happy with Daisy Ridley coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like she's like
Yeah.
a divisive piece in the Star Wars lore, but is that just because of the movies
Y-
that she was in?
Yeah. It's for the lines and the story that was written for her is what was divisive, not her.
Is what's his name dead? Kylo?
Yeah.
He died?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then again, we also thought Palpatine died 35 years ago. So, but they brought him back.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Neither one of us understood it, but it was a damn good point. I know who Palpatine is. I just don't know.
The entire population of this planet didn't understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, let's talk some Marvel stuff. Do you want to go with a casting news, or do you want to go with just a quote that I have from Kevin Feige?
Let's start with a quote.
All right, it's not really a quote so much as it's they asked Kevin Feige his
You just told me it was a quote.
Well, I'm sure
tell me it's not a quote.
I'm sure these are quotes from him after the question.
Quote of the day.
So his 3 favorite MCU moments, and I want you guys to tell me if there's ones that you think rank higher than this. So his number 1 favorite moment was Tony Stark saying, "I am Iron Man."
The ending of the first movie?
No, this is of the first movie.
Okay.
Whereas I think that the Tony Stark one, like when he snaps, might be the better one.
Yeah. But I think that's probably a better moment for Spider-Man than it is for...
No.
I think it's a bad moment for Spider-Man.
I'm just saying, like, more memorable for like how he was like, "Oh, you're leaving. Sad."
I'm not going to... You said...
I'm not an actor.
You said the whole Iron Man thing, and Iron Man 1 ending came to my brain first. Before.
Okay, so that wins. His second one, Black Panther being revealed for the first time.
Yeah.
That would have been in Civil War.
Was it Civil War?
Yeah. Civil War is before Black Panther.
I'm
pretty sure.
I think his first reveal was kind of just, he was a guy. He was there. He was cool.
But then I think what they're talking about is his first reveal in the suit, which is on top of the roof, and he fights Bucky. They're in the little chase with Cap and him, and he ends up fighting Bucky on the roof. That one doesn't feel as like, I understand why because it leads to like literally one of the most profitable movies in the entire franchise, and like a character that's pretty revered, right? Third one, the portal sequence in the Avengers Endgame.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a huge moment. I think of like big moments, or memorable moments in the MCU. I think of like simple kind of things. I guess like Steve Rogers jumping on the grenade in the
first one,
skinny Steve Rogers,
first Avenger.
Yeah.
I was thinking like even like a lot of them I feel like could just be Endgame, because you have like Cap catching being able to wield the hammer.
Yeah. The moving of the hair in Ultron was a good one too.
Yeah, but then you know what I think kind of diminishes that a little bit is that happens in Ultron, and then like a little later on, Vision just like is carrying it around like it's nothing.
True.
So it almost like that moment's great, but then you literally see another character carry it like right after.
Just he picks it up and hands it to him. Everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah, like everyone just kind of gives a look to each other. Yeah, I think so many of them would be Endgame, so I do like that he was like, go back to the original Iron Man's what sets off like the success of this whole thing. I Am Iron Man should be really high up there. Maybe the first time they introduced Peter Parker Spider-Man, because we hadn't had that character on screen in a successful way in so long. So him dropping in, I think, Civil War and Endgame would have the most of their moments for me.
I think I liked when Scarlett Johansson basically beat up Happy Hogan in the
second of Iron Man.
Iron Man 2 in the ring. Yeah, that was just kind of like a cool little intro.
Yeah. She has some of the best, like, I feel like fight moments in several of the movies. Next time we do this, let's do the least impactful moments. And it'll just be like, here's the Doctor Strange movie.
What?
I'm just saying, like, as far as like movies that just don't have any like thing that people really recall, like that people really remember is like the first Doctor Strange movie. I feel like doesn't have anything people care about.
I think the second one definitely doesn't.
Shouldn't that be the bigger? Well, the second one has Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I don't I kind of.
It has all those. It's remembered not for the movie so much as the cameos, because you have Professor X, you have John Krasinski, you have the return of what's her name, Haley Atwell, right? As Peggy Carter.
And they all just die.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Spoiler alert.
My bad, guys.
Whoops. All right, so let's get into casting news then. Did we see the casting news for Black Panther 3?
No.
It's going to be a weird one, surprising one. Denzel Washington cast as a lead role for Black Panther 3.
Like as Black Panther?
I don't know. It says Denzel Washington reveals that he'll star in Black Panther 3. Ryan Coogler is currently writing a role for him in the film.
So either he's probably going to be a bad guy, or he's going to carry over whatever, like his mentor role from like Gladiator 2, like that he kind of plays.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Like, I didn't even really have to like get into character for this one. I've already done it for a little bit.
Right.
So
He's just one of the elders.
he has come out and said that after his upcoming movies, he's done with acting. I think he has like 5 movies currently on his upcoming, and like then he's going to be done.
Huh.
Which those things I feel like can always change, but he's got to be 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah, actually, shit. He's up there.
If Tom Cruise is in his early 60s, I feel like Denzel's got to be 70, right?
No, that makes sense. That tracks. I'd say probably like 73.
Movie magic is crazy because we look at like Tom Cruise doing like what he's doing in the 60s, but like keep in mind like Denzel just did like Equalizer in the past 10 years.
He's 70.
On the dot.
So like all after he did Equalizer 1, 2, and 3 post being 60 years old, basically.
Yeah.
Movie magic in the sense that like I don't think that he did a majority of his stunts for the Equalizer movies.
Yeah, those are movies that just rely on a lot of fast cuts too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you guys did you guys like the movie Safe House?
Never saw it.
I know what it is, but I forget it.
That was Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Yeah.
Never
Him
saw
and
it.
Ryan Reynolds. It was like, because like Ryan Reynolds is the perfect guy to like buddy cop with people, I feel like. Everybody can just kind of play off of his jokes and his
I'm trying to
humor.
remember Safe House to remember if I seen it. I just keep remembering that fucking Runaway Train movie.
20 well,
I think it was
you're talking about taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Is that what I'm talking
310
about?
to Yuma.
No. Because there's 2 different train movies that came out around the same time. I might have to add this to my list of which one was better. It's Taking of Pelham
Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Unstoppable. Is actually that's the one you're thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah.
Taking of Pelham. Was he in both though? Because one of them's John Travolta, right? And was he the other lead in it? Because Unstoppable is Chris Pine.
Yeah.
With him.
I can't remember if I've seen Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
He's not in it, Dave.
He's in both Unstoppable and Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Both train movies. Yeah.
The only movie he had in between was The Book of Eli.
And then Safe House, I feel like, was right around Book of Eli too.
And then Safe House was directly after Unstoppable.
Yeah, because if you look at the characters from Safe House and Book of Eli, like they feel like they're very similar.
No.
And then it's weird that he did 2 train movies. I wonder if he was doing like Train Simulator. I'm kind of, it's piquing my interest. It's a hobby of mine right now.
Yeah, he's a big model train guy, you know?
Yeah. So I'll do 2. Actually, while we're talking about it, and I don't forget this, I'm going to add that to the list that I have going of like movies with similar plots that should be talked about. Yeah. You've seen Unstoppable then?
Yeah.
Just not Taking.
Yeah.
Taking's probably the better.
I know that. Yeah.
But I personally really like Unstoppable.
Yeah.
But I love modes of transportation movies.
What was the one where he was a drunk pilot?
Flight, which
Yeah.
was also directly out. That's his line of movies right there.
Are you confused by modes of transportation movies?
Yeah.
Is that what that look was?
Yeah.
Speed, dude.
I wanted clarification.
Like, I love movies where it's like you're
It's
stuck on
primarily
like
about
this,
a vehicle.
and like they can't stop it, or like
Yeah.
it's going to destroy stuff. So Speed 1, Speed 2, Cruise Control would be another one. We got Air Force 1. We have Executive Decision. We've just talked about 2 other ones.
Con Air.
Con Air is
Con
another
Air
great
counts,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, like I love movies where you're just stuck on a mode of transportation.
Okay.
All right. Bullet Train.
U571.
U571. I don't think I've seen that one.
Do you know the movie though? It's
Is that
It's like a stealth bomber thing, right?
No.
Now I'm thinking stealth with
I
Jamie
don't know
Foxx.
who's in U571. That movie's bad. But U571, I feel like was like McConaughey. It's like shortly
It might
after.
be bad, but I'm gonna tell you I like it.
It was it's like a popcorn movie is what I call
black
it.
and white.
But so U571 is like right around the same time as Hunt for Red October.
2000, so maybe
Hunt for Red October is 97, maybe, or 94.
90. So 10
Damn.
years.
Okay. So not that close.
No.
There's recently been a Gerard Butler submarine movie as well. Hunter Killer, I think's the name of it.
Huh.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, 2018.
That might be a movie, guys. I don't know.
That is, yes, a
It's in
submarine movie.
I think Hunter Killer was
I've never heard of this.
not surprised. That's not a shock to me. Okay, but we like the idea of Denzel hanging it up and also doing a Black Panther movie.
No, why would we like the idea of Denzel hanging it up?
He feels like a Morgan Freeman to where he should be showing up in movies until he's 90.
Yeah, I see that.
Like, he could do Fences too in like 8 years.
I don't think that's a movie that needs a part 2.
I've never seen part 1. Does it have how's the ending? Is he alive?
Don't remember. I know it's not a movie that calls for a part 2.
Okay.
Maybe we could get an Inside Man too.
Dude, he could do that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
The crew comes back to steal again.
he has to stop him again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're already doing that movie. It's that Gerard Butler one with O'Shea Jackson in it.
Yeah.
Talking about like Den of Thieves part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just Inside Man. Right.
Fair.
Okay, last topic. I think the last topic. So some Sonic 3 news has come out.
Good news, bad news?
I don't know. Up to you. Up to your interpretation. So Sonic 3 will introduce a new character at the end of the film in order to set up future films.
Big the Cat.
It's fun to see if fans debate online who's coming next.
Amy.
Are these real characters from Sonic?
Yeah.
I don't know a damn thing about Sonic lore.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dante, you seem to, so educate us. Who's Big the Cat?
He's a big ass cat
Sounds
that
like
fishes.
sounds like a rapper.
He's a cat that
Big
fishes.
the Cat, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Amy's also a cat. She basically just has a huge crush on Sonic and like follows him around. Yeah. I forget what Big the Cat's relation is to all of them.
What games were they in?
They were in the old Sonic games. I forget it. I think it was Sonic Adventure, maybe.
I think I might have literally just played 1 and 2, like Sonic and then Sonic and Tails.
Were they like important characters? Like, I don't understand how these characters like haven't popped up in my life at all.
It's because they didn't really pop up in the later games. In the later games, it was all, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. Rouge, right? Because she was
No,
okay.
Dante. No.
Damn.
Why'd you say it so confidently? Like I would know that.
All right. You know what? I feel like an idiot now. So
No, you are educating us. This is why it's good to have somebody here who's an expert on Sonic.
Yeah.
Rouge
is a bat.
I wasn't a Sega kid growing up, so I played Sonic, but I never had I had a Sega console once. In my life.
Wait, you said Amy's a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember seeing pictures of like a pink and white.
That's Amy.
But
she's
okay.
like pink in a red dress, I think.
I thought she was a hedgehog too.
What's the crossover to hedgehogs and cats?
She looks like Sonic, but she's a cat. She's not a hedgehog.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Another Sonic piece of news. So Sonic 3 will put a lot of focus and care into the Shadow and Maria story. A lot of care and a lot of love has gone into telling Shadow's story and giving fans the best movie version of the character available.
I forgot about Maria too.
Who the fuck's Maria?
There was an Xbox 360 Sonic game that was like revolving around her, and I forget the whole storyline there. But yeah,
whole franchise.
I played a lot of them. I'm a big fan of the Sonic games.
No
all right?
shit, dude. You might be the biggest Sonic fan in the world, dude.
I haven't played any of the recent ones. Like I haven't played like Frontiers. I heard that was good, but like
that actually looked good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Sonic do an open world game? You know how like
that,
Mario,
that 360 one I'm talking about with Maria, that was open world.
Fucking Maria. Cool.
Menunos?
Yeah.
Okay. E Hollywood News.
Yeah.
The soup for
Actually, no,
real
it wasn't
people? I don't
Maria
know.
in that game. Never mind. I got
she's
it all
on
wrong.
gas station TV a lot.
Oh, I mean,
Now
she
I need
does.
to know what game
she
I'm
does
talking
some
about.
of the movie theater trivia things too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
that's literally her job now is like
Yeah,
like just doing the stuff before things.
and I just see her post up at like every Celtics game too.
She's a big wrestling fan as well. Where does gas station TV rank in terms of inventions?
Do you actually watch the gas station TV?
A little bit. I mean, it's just there.
Mm.
Like, okay, so we've done this in the past with the soda machine, like the freestyle machines being like a peak technology advancement. Is gas station TV on similar levels?
It's pure annoyance.
No, I like it. I don't know. I mostly pump at Shell, and like sometimes they'll do like trivia on there and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it gives you like quick like, you know, shit that you could take in like the 2-3 minutes that it takes you to pump your
I
gas.
can't stand the little like dime-sized speaker that is just at above full volume, just like crackling and it's awful.
You just go to bad gas stations. Mine have good audio.
I've never been so enticed by Rain energy
So
drinks.
Rain energy drinks.
It's just
They just give
it's
you
just
ads.
hella promo for Rain energy drinks on my gas station TV.
More of a Celsius guy.
I just like that like we got to a point in technology in like the mid 2000s where we were like, let's just add TVs to stuff.
Yeah.
and we said to ourselves, you know, it'd be really sick. We have like a 5 to 10 minute range that people are at gas stations. What if we put a TV there? And it doesn't promote real stuff for the gas station. It's just like you said. It's like it tells me about some like company that like gained a bunch of success like randomly or like a random Snapple Gap fact.
Yeah.
Or I occasionally get Maria Menounos telling me about entertainment news.
And occasionally you might catch like a 2 for $4 Gatorade on sale.
Maybe that's where I'll get the topics from the podcast from now on. I'll just go to the gas station and write down the stuff they talk about on GSTV.
Yeah, okay. And then you're like, and this week on gas station trivia.
Okay. So Maria, was she introduced in the TV show? The Shadow TV show?
There wasn't a Shadow TV
No,
show.
Shadow.
It was Knuckles.
It was Knuckles. Okay.
I don't remember Maria.
So why?
Because the game I'm talking about, it wasn't even Maria. It was Elise. I
So
had the
tell
wrong
me.
name.
So
So
Shadow.
it's Elise now.
So Shadow becomes a good guy. Do they all become good guys?
Shadow never became a good guy.
So then, what is Shadow and Maria doing?
I
'Cause
forget
look at
who
this
Maria
picture.
is.
They're about to make out.
Huh.
Like they're fucking, right?
I mean, Shadow's whole beef is that he was created.
In a lab. Oh, so she maybe created him.
No. Eggman created him.
But Eggman seems like a good guy in this movie. So we're going to find out he's a bad guy?
He was created by Gunn, not Eggman. He's created by Gunn as a weapon.
Okay.
Goddamn, you're testing me and now I'm failing.
Pull us back. Who's Gunn?
Gunn is the whole like military organization that
Really on the nose with that. Okay.
yeah.
Military organization called Gun.
Yeah. Yeah. And they created Shadow. But like his whole beef is like he wants to be his own thing instead of being used as a weapon.
But then he just goes and he is a weapon.
Yeah, but he just fucks shit up because he wants to fuck shit up.
All right. So no motivation.
He's like, y'all ain't controlling me. I'm just fucking shit up because I feel like it.
I could kind of believe that Shadow, a.k.a. Keanu Reeves, is macking on this woman.
Maybe she's macking on him.
That'd be great. Okay, literal last piece of news, and this is so not important, but we've done this before on the show, Dante, where we talk about Airbnb.
Oh, there's another themed Airbnb?
Yes.
Where can I go this time?
Okay, so Airbnb and Paramount are teaming up for a Gladiator experience, where a select few guests can
stay in the Coliseum.
Can attend and battle in the Roman Colosseum. Will be $0 per person and available to book on November 27th.
$0 per person. I could go for free.
Well, you have to get a plane ticket, so bear that in mind.
All right, but I could do the actual experience for free and duke it out in the Coliseum.
I guess so.
All right, we're booking tickets. We got some beef to settle.
What? I don't get where Airbnb is like. We went from being a place for people to get like a house to rent.
Yeah, I have no idea what that has to do with Airbnb, but
and how much money they had to pay to use the Coliseum.
They're using the actual Coliseum.
It doesn't say, but like it says battle in the Roman Coliseum and it shows a picture of
the Roman Coliseum. Sick.
I wonder like how many tickets they have available. Like how many people get to do this? And what's the battle look like? Are they giving me real weapons? And if that thing doesn't have fucking sharks in it, that movie's horseshit.
So unrealistic.
Yeah.
Where's the sharks?
Where's the flood and where's the fucking sharks, dude?
Do they do jousting in the Coliseum? I want to do jousting.
No, but I did watch A Knight's Tale this week.
Chariot races, maybe?
Nah, I don't want to race. I still want to battle. I want
chariot race, though. Like, they have the spikes on the side of the carts and stuff.
Oh, is it like...
They jump from chariot to chariot, punch you in the face, jump back to your chariot.
I love modes of transportation movies.
Right?
That could be one. I'm into that.
Sick. All right. So it's like Twisted Metal, but with like horses and carriages?
That's a fun That's kind of a fun twist on that metal, dude. I like that.
Sick.
Keep that recording.
Yeah, no. Can I tell you my like weird illegitimate fear? I think I've told you before.
Is this for the podcast?
Yeah, sure. It's recording.
Okay. Sick. Is it involved?
Yes, it does. White soap in men's bathrooms.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro, people do some weird shit in public bathrooms, and I always get nervous when I see white soap that somebody nutted in it.
There's some very viscous soap that comes out of those dispensers, so I guess I get it, dude. What the fuck, dude? You think the janitor's in the bathroom after hours? He's just nutting into the
even worse
dispensers.
though, like it's a bar, say it's a bar bathroom, right? Like there's a bunch of drunk dudes in there, they get stupid ideas. Maybe they take the fucking bottle into the stall and they jizz in it.
What are we
They're
talking
like, oh, this is
about?
hilarious. People are going to wash their hands with my jizz. And I'm like, these people are fucked. I can't use that soap.
You must have been so happy when COVID happened and people switched to hand sanitizer.
Yes. I don't have to worry.
No more confusion here.
Or they can just use colored soap.
You don't think people could nut in that, Dante?
I feel like I maybe could see the white in there.
Not
at
if
that
it's
point.
all soap around it, dude.
or let's do foaming soap in public bathrooms.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard somebody say.
That's so crazy. That's crazy.
That's like, would you rather they just have bars of soap?
No, that's disgusting.
Imagine each thing of
No.
It's just a little tray for a bar of soap.
That's disgusting.
Somebody would throw that in the urinal, piss on it.
Somebody would come on that.
At this point, I realize I just gotta walk around with my own little tube of soap, you know?
It's like the super bad. Like I brought my spermicidal lube with me. The fuck do you have soap with you, dude? And then you have to explain that to people. Well, my biggest fear, my low-key biggest fear is that, you know, the soap in those bathrooms?
Dude. I told you it was a somewhat irrational fear, right? Like it's
somewhat, dude. Get rid of the caveat. It's an irrational fear. It's like the craziest thing I've ever heard somebody be nervous of.
There's credence to it, all right? Like it could happen.
This is one of those topics I have to text D about now. Just to like get his reaction for it.
Oh man, I wish we had the setup to like FaceTime and bring him in on the screen.
Oh my god, dude, that is so crazy. Man, well, I guess there's only one place to go from here. And that's for you guys to like, comment, share, and subscribe on the podcast. And for me to ask a question, guys.
I'm going to ask the question, actually.
All right, go ahead.
Do you guys have it?
I mean, I don't have what you have. I'll tell you that.
I've never had that. I've never had that. I want to pee right out in front of it. I've never had it. All right.
Yeah, taste.
Taste.
God.
Let's start with something we can all talk about. So, Dave, you saw some movies we already saw, so let's revisit those.
So real quick, I saw Woman of the Hour. Was that the name of it?
Yes. Anna Kendrick. Yeah.
It was okay. It was good. Like I didn't think it was anything special. I mean, it being I think Anna Kendrick's like directorial debut. I'll give her props for it. I think it was very well put together. But I mean, I think it was just kind of a pretty steady movie.
Do you agree with me where it really picks? Like, it's really the last 30 minutes that I think, like, where it picks up.
The tension in the final like restaurant scene was definitely kind of like tense, and then obviously you cut fast forward to the desert scene where not going to remember the character's name, but like when she basically kind of flips it around and
manipulates him.
Yeah.
Did you notice her hand?
At the very beginning when she was like eating chocolates from
in the car, right?
No, from
okay.
When she took them from the
laundromat.
laundromat.
No, I saw that too. Yeah. Okay, because I remember it in the car as well being very evident.
Yeah.
Dante still has not figured that part out.
Well, I haven't gone back to rewatch it, and I didn't notice it the first time.
But so you just thought it was kind of there, like?
Yeah. I mean, it obviously wasn't really a focal point, but.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the hand anymore. Sorry.
Oh, the movie. The movie. Yeah, it was kind of just there. I mean, the fact that it was like obviously a based on a real event with the guy being on the game show, but obviously they didn't really mirror what happened in real life.
Did you see the real life one?
Yeah. So then afterwards I watched like the mirror images or the mirror clip to clip of the show to the movie.
The dating game.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like it's way funnier the way it plays out in the movie, obviously. Yeah. But you can definitely like it's interesting to see them side by side. And like I don't know if you had the same takeaway I did where it was like, I can't believe this fucking happened. Like
he was definitely on the dating show, but I don't think they never went on a date after
the show.
The real show. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was all like for the movie.
I wonder why.
And there was also no girl in the audience that was freaking out about.
So I'm not surprised about that being thrown in there. I didn't know that there was no actual date that happened after the show. So does that mean all dating shows are bullshit?
Well, yeah.
Most reality TV shows are.
Well, I'm not talking about the real world though. I was talking about like you go on a dating show and you don't actually get the date.
Yeah, it's TV.
I'd say half of them they actually do.
Huh.
Like the Flavor of Love. Flavor was really looking for some shorties, you know what I'm saying? He's like, let's get paid while we do this.
I love that that's the...
what was that, Lala?
Huh?
Was that the Lala one?
I think that was her name. No, it was Hoops.
Was it Hoops?
You're talking about
was the girl...
Carmelo Anthony's ex.
No, Shaq's ex.
Lala Kent was Carmelo's girl, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios girl, right? Is that what Kevin Garnett said to her? Your girl tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. He said that to Carmelo Anthony on a basketball court.
Oh shit!
The most disrespectful thing ever said on a basketball court.
Yeah, that would fuck my game up for sure.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony, and it was Flavor of Love.
Okay.
She was from that show?
Yeah.
Huh. Let me see her picture.
Oh, so that show was definitely bullshit.
Can you scroll up? Can I see a bigger picture? Okay, yeah.
I thought she was like an MTV host or something.
I'm also wrong. That's definitely not the one that was with Shaq. That might be Hoops.
You're probably talking about Sweetie.
No, it was Hoops. I'm pretty sure she's the Shaq girl. Yeah, right up. Look at that. Look at that size difference. That's
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Oh, is that the really funny picture of Shaq where he's standing next to that girl?
Yeah.
She's like
at
his waist. Yeah.
Standing BJ.
Insane.
Lucky guy.
Mm.
Yeah. Just casually stand somewhere.
That's an experience.
So then the other streaming movie tried to watch, but I couldn't. I got about 15 minutes through Caddo Lake, and I was just incredibly bored, and I didn't even realize that I pulled my phone out, and then 35 minutes had gone by with my phone in my hand without me listening to a single word, so I just turned the movie off.
Yeah, you would definitely not understand it if you didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm a little let down by that because me and Dante both really liked it.
it was so boring to start. Like,
You're establishing characters. It's just like the first season of a TV show.
sure.
Yeah. Except instead of having to waste a whole 10 hours, you only need to get through like 20 minutes.
Because
That's my only story on that.
you have to watch, like, those first 15, 20 minutes don't seem important until you watch the movie, really. Because then you'll put stuff together.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's okay, though. I get it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Give it
Yes.
another go sometime.
It was just a tough situation. And then went to see Anora in theaters
Hell yeah.
last week. God damn.
I was telling this to Dave, Dante. I saw a review of somebody who did not like this movie and thought it was like the last hour is like super boring and predictable. And I was like, I cannot agree with this.
I need to know what that looks like.
Mikey Madsen's going to do some big things in Hollywood, I feel like. Man, that was such a good performance.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, no, that
unreal.
movie's definitely going to catapult her career.
Yeah.
Unreal performance. Yeah. Like, and a movie that isn't like littered with like people that are recognizable or anything, like as far as actors are concerned. Like,
Recognize a single person.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
in everybody's performances, I thought were very well done.
I
Yeah.
do think that has like one of the most awkward endings ever.
The crying in the car.
Like, she just like fucks the dude in the car. Starts
100%
crying.
knew that was going to happen.
It was
but-
obviously
No.
going to happen.
No,
Yeah.
I get that, right? But then like starts crying and then credits roll. Silent. No music. And now it's just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Well, what else of part of the story do you need to know? Like, it's kind of just a sad ending. She just needs to go back and get on with her life at that point.
Yeah, well, and I think that like it was telegraphed by the fact that guy was never an asshole to her, even though she was projecting on him throughout the entirety of the ordeal that he was an asshole. And then finally he like carries her fucking bags to the door and everything, and she's like, "Wait,
Well, it's because he gave her the ring back too.
that too, yeah,
Yeah.
which is a dope move." Yeah, he was definitely getting laid off that.
So I'm a hustler, baby.
She is. I mean, we're gonna wait till the end of the year to like really get into the ladies that stole my heart this year. It's gonna be a tough race.
I think as a newcomer, man, she's up there, very close to one. I'd have to think about it, but
Like for 6 months, Sydney Sweeney had my shit all fucked up. The back half of this year has been crazy, and she might be the craziest of them all. I don't want to get into crazy detail here on why, but like the "let me show you how" like scene in that movie is one of the best things I've seen all year. Probably, it's up there, top tier stuff. Boy, oh boy! Stay tuned for the end of the year list. I can't wait for that one.
Okay. Let me show you how, or Aubrey Plaza in Megalopolis.
Boy, that's one. You get so many of them now that like you forget about the greats, and that's up there. Yeah, that was pretty crazy too.
Call me auntie, whatever her name was.
damn, what was her name?
I think it was Wow. Call me auntie. Wow.
Auntie Wow. Yeah.
Damn, what a fucking run this has been.
Yeah.
I might need to go back in my memory bank and figure out if there was a year that I found more women that I was in love with. I'm gonna
This
go through
has been quite a year. Yeah.
I'm gonna go through my list from last year and just be like, were there any? Because the 40 movies I saw last year.
Because like, what are
we
we
never-
up to now though? Like we got
90
Sydney Sweeney. Oh, I'm
like,
saying
okay.
Sydney Sweeney,
Isabel
Mickey
Marced.
Madsen,
Daisy Edgar
Daisy
Jones.
Edgar Jones.
Daisy Edgar Jones. Oh man, dude, I forgot about Daisy Edgar Jones.
Yeah.
She's like obviously like very attractive and very, very great in all of her movies, but like the sex appeal coming from Mikey Madsen and Honora was something else.
Well, so here's the thing: Daisy Edgar Jones feels attainably hot, and like I don't mean to disrespect her by that because I'm not in her league, but I mean like she seems like an everyday girl, and that's a props to her as an actor. I think like in the way she plays the roles that she's in. Going back to like Normal People, like her characters feel more relatable in a way. Whereas like Sydney Sweeney, I think is like unattainably at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
I
out
see
there. And then I think to that point, is it Mikey or Mickey? That's the question. Mikey. Okay. I like her in this movie is like she is like an actual sexual icon in this movie, where the other ones are like they're just very hot. Like she is like embracing her sexuality full on in this movie, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
From the jump, like 2 minutes into this movie, you're already like, I love you. You're the type of girl we dream about.
Yeah.
And like in a toxic way too, because like that relationship would never not be exciting. Like her kicking the shit. Like Dave, you agree the best scene in that movie is that her kicking the shit out of the two guys when they show up in her house, right?
They're like terrified of her.
Oh yeah, I liked it was like kind of partly before. Actually, no. So before she had ended up before the fight scene, when like the mother? No, the father's yelling on the phone, and the like guy's just holding it, and she's just yelling it, and he just like slowly puts the phone down. And just like that was great.
It was funny too. Like I was telling Lenny, like I had watched like one interview of her, and one of the things she said in that interview was like during that scene, she kind of improv'd and like knew that like that actor was like very like in a good relationship with his mother, so she was like to get under his skin and really get a reaction out of him. That's where she started saying like the whole like "fuck you, motherfucker," "I'll fuck your mother" and all that shit,
just to like get him to be like,
just to like get under his skin.
That. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, she killed it. That might be another one for the end of the year thing, I guess. But like that might be the best performance of the year for a female talent.
Do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Does she or like that movie get any sort of like critical?
I know they're pushing for her to get nominations. I don't know if the movie itself would get a nomination, but I do think her performance is warranting a nomination.
I don't watch award shows to know what's gonna get what, but I know a lot of stuff ends up going under the radar on those shows.
Well, so it's going to be stuff that's like foreign film or like, you know,
yeah.
It is a weird year for us though, because I've seen so much stuff that
you might actually see things in the award shows that you have seen this time.
I think it's even more of a critique of like those shows to where I'm going to see over 100 movies, and there's a good chance that in the ones that are nominated for like best picture,
there's still ones you haven't seen.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, isn't that going to be crazy? Like, where would I find these things?
Like
dude?
At this point, we've watched nearly everything we could watch in theaters, and there's still going to be things that we haven't
like
seen.
Where would I find these movies?
Yeah, we're going to have to start going to film festivals.
That actually should be a 2025 thing for us.
Yeah,
is to try and attend a film festival.
Okay,
we should look into how hard it is to get tickets to those things.
I think I looked at it once. It's just there's not a ton of like local ones.
Well, no, I'm not saying it has to be local, dude. We'll take this shit on the road. Let's quit our jobs.
Come again?
You could get with that, Dante.
Yeah, sure.
But no, we'll take a week off. We go to Cannes.
Kansas?
Cannes.
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 Film festival.
Oh, okay.
The fuck?
But
I just kept thinking like that was like maybe like a abbreviation for something. I don't know. The only film festival I know is Sundance.
We could do that too.
I hear they make their own soap there.
It wouldn't surprise me if like a bunch of snooty Hollywood people were just coming in bottles to make their own soap.
Honora, though.
Coming in bottles.
I put it at
Diddy soap.
Honestly, I put it at number 3 for myself for the year.
I love that.
I don't remember where you guys ranked it.
I have it ranked highly. Dante did not.
Did I not?
I have it at 13. So like it's pretty relative to like 3 on your list, 13 on mine. It's like pretty close.
It's 15 on mine.
I feel like you had it at like 20s last week.
Did I? Maybe I moved it. What star rating did I give it? Yeah, I might have moved it. Because I think I originally rated it 3 stars, but it's 3.5.
Okay. Any other ones, Dave?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Did you go to the theaters?
I watched Absolution and I watched Here.
Okay.
You guys have already talked about both. I don't think we really need to get into it again.
Yeah, I have not seen Here. Did you agree with me on Absolution at all?
Absolution, not as bad as I expected it to be.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like
great at all by any means.
It was very
but,
middle
like,
of the road.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of boring, but like he's really good in it.
Yeah, it very much feels like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah. Did you the one action sequence, did you agree with me that there was really only one true action sequence in that movie?
Which one? The truck?
The truck.
Yeah.
It's the only like bona fide to call itself an action movie,
there wasn't
was
really
misleading.
much action in
Like,
this. Yeah, right.
It's more of a drama that has one physical scene in it, and then has like the very typical like build to the ending of him being like, I'm gonna go and take down, but there's not really like physical altercations in him taking down.
Yeah, it was a
the
weird
mob
movie
bosses.
too. Also, like the dream sequences he was having.
Oh, like
with
the
his
water.
father.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But I think that was like the whole idea of him, like we said, like it's him making amends for the things he's done wrong in his life, and I think that was him dealing with the idea of like the relation he had with his father and how that affected his relationship.
I'm just saying it was weird.
Kids, yeah. I liked like him just ending up on like it's like a motorboat, but it's him just
But
on
it's
a
his
couch.
bed or his couch. Yeah.
The Boston part of it. What part of Boston do you think it was?
I think that was like Southie.
You think it was Southie?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I mean, the water still would play with
Yeah.
Southie. Like
Felt like Southie.
like somewhere around Castle Island or something.
Yeah. Because he was talking about the part that threw me off is it felt very much like Southie, but then he was talking to the grandson about playing for Dorchester.
Yeah, which would still kind of make sense, I guess, why he was.
But he was talking about it
Close
like
enough.
it was his local one.
Yeah.
I guess because then he goes to Newton. It's not like he just switched to Southie. So maybe, I don't know. But
Yeah, that actually is better context clues for where he was. I forgot about that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the environment though, like it looks very Boston, like the neighborhoods and everything.
Yeah.
Him getting lost trying to find his house. Just uses a lighthouse to
I
figure out.
forgot.
Yeah.
And then I also watched Kier, which didn't do it for me, dude.
Another movie that was just kind of there. Like it wasn't bad,
Here or
but
there,
it was
probably.
just. It wasn't a bad movie, but like it was just.
My
had
first
6
note
very
I put for
basic
it after
stories.
my first note I put for it after I got out was interestingly dull.
Yeah,
I just think it's a hard concept to have any other reaction to.
it was.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool premise, but like you're not gonna be able to flush out a lot of like story by just one camera shot through.
Do you think? I'm sorry to cut you off. Do you think there's a world where it turns into a play?
No, it's too much set change. I think like back and forth.
I was just thinking, like, as far as being in one fixed location, like it feels like it plays out more like you're watching not seeing the movie,
But the
like,
set would have to constantly
Well,
change.
I understand what you're saying there,
Yeah.
like, but you know what I mean. Where it's kind of, what if you could also just do it in more of an order that made sense at that
yeah.
point if you turned it into something, but just one stage location, one frame shot, like
from the lens of the camera, it makes sense in the movie. I don't think it would really translate to just being on stage.
okay.
Yeah. One fun fact about when I was watching this movie is some point during the middle of it, I nodded off for a little bit.
You love doing
Typical, yeah.
that. I don't even think you should be able to put those movies on your list.
It wasn't like I like stuff
I
for a
didn't,
long time.
I didn't get to keep Monkey Man on my list. I had to go see it again.
I think it was like 5-10 minutes out.
All right, dude. We weren't there to prove that or disprove that. So
What I want to say
fact
though
checking,
is
Dave.
I was in there with only 2 other people. It was a couple. They were in the row in front of me, but I was like off on the right and they were all the way to the left. What woke me up was them snoring.
That's a huge,
So-
huge review of that movie.
So, yeah.
Glowing review.
They were both sleeping. I was
Was
like,
it cute?
It was an older couple, so yeah, sure, a
so it
little
was-
adorable.
Yeah. Did they lift the armrest up?
I didn't look that close. But I don't know if they did the full love seat conversion, you know?
I'd like that for them. Okay, so you seem like you came in a bit lower than Dave did on it. But I mean, you weren't like, it was amazing. But
No, I said it was just an interesting idea. It was just kind of like a cute movie for like what it was. But no, there was nothing like.
No, I mean, like, yeah, there were definitely things I could look at and be like, all right, I can appreciate this, but it's so not my type of movie that it's hard to enjoy.
I'm not gonna lie, that's why I haven't gone and seen it. Like I could have. It's pretty easy. It's in Braintree. Like I could have gone.
Yeah. One thing was that I did note though was I think the aging of the characters was done really, really well.
Like aging and de-aging of them, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
As I mean, the
Like
one,
young Tom Hanks looks like young
the Tom Hanks storyline is obviously like the biggest storyline of the whole movie.
Do you think it's got to be easier to do like a young Tom Hanks? Because can they just go and pull like reference footage
his
from
old,
like big,
and use that,
maybe.
like where he just has so much available of him being young in movies that they can kind of pull from?
Yeah.
I don't know if they have to like pay to do that with like the licensing from those movie companies, maybe. But then, would you have him rate it?
I'm looking
Or
at that now.
Did you get that hat on Veterans Day?
On 4th of July.
Okay, there's not a speck of red, white, and blue on it, but that made sense.
It said something about America. I don't know. It was a struggle. It was literally on the 4th of July that I bought it, and I was like, damn, I got nothing.
Gas station?
It's like I got nothing patriotic. I think I might have popped into Burlington Coat Factory. So I have Absolution at 68 with 2 stars, and Here at 71 with 2 stars.
Okay, so both towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Fair.
I
Okay.
had Here at 19 out of 30, so that was also like
Comparable,
2/3 down my list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 movies that I saw as well.
Oh God.
What, you think I'm going to fuck up the name again?
No, I just know one of them.
Do you? Small Things Like These.
The other one?
Weekend in Taipei.
Oh no.
What do you think the other one was?
Maybe it was an older movie.
Is Weekend in Taipei a 4-on-1?
The fighting movie.
Oh, I already talked about The Carpenter.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did
Okay.
The Carpenter already. We
Alright.
did that on the pod me and him did last week.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to tell you about The Carpenter?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, dude. Well, it's about Jesus and let the bodies hit the floor in short form. So, that's a good description. So, Small Things Like These. I told Dave I think he should watch it. I think he'd like it, mostly because he's Irish. Cillian Murphy, obviously fantastic actor. I saw somebody the other day talking about Cillian Murphy. They were talking about Peaky Blinders and how like they were saying it's crazy that he's never really gotten like a lot of major movie roles, and like Oppenheimer came post Peaky Blinders. They were kind of crediting that, but I think the reality with Cillian Murphy is that he doesn't want to do big movies.
No.
Like he did Batman Begins. He did Peaky Blinders because I think it's interesting. It fit like who he is as a person. And then obviously like Oppenheimer being another like major movie, but like that's not a block, but he's not like a blockbuster film guy. I think he's a guy who picks roles that
Based on
are
what he wants to. Yeah.
interesting to him and he can really act in them.
And I think he's very
Mindful
selective
demeanor.
of his directors. Like he's a big Christopher Nolan guy.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Yeah. Well, okay. Because he was in Inception as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he's done like big movies. It's just that I don't think that he chooses to do so. So this is very much akin to like the type of roles that he does. I thought there would be some sense of like action or something that came up in this movie just based on the trailer. Because the trailer shows him seeing a girl get dragged into like a commune or something, like a church, and he like is watching it from afar. And like I thought the movie would be more set up about towards the beginning. He takes this girl and it would lead to stuff, but it's really more so about him dealing with his childhood and how he was raised, and then in relation to the way that the church controlled Ireland, and it takes place during the Great Depression. Or right prior
to
the Great Depression.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Actually, I did want to see this. I thought I liked it based on the trailer.
It's good. He's fantastic in it. I think that it's a little it's a little slow. Like it's an hour and 40 minutes long. It's not too long though, and it's like his performance is fantastic. The only thing is, I think it ends in a part where you're like, I'd like to know where
What
this
happens
kind of
next,
is
yeah.
going. And you're almost like, I would like another 20 minutes to know the fallout, because like it's him seeing the stuff at the church is a major part of it. And then him dealing with the idea of like, I want to do something to help that person. And then people like the church pays him off basically to say like, you didn't see anything. and him still dealing with the idea of like he didn't want to take that money. He didn't feel good about taking that money, but his wife's telling him that there's some stuff you just need to look the other way on. A person at the bar who he like pays off the bartender's bar tab, and she's like, "Can I talk to you really quickly before I go?" And you go, and she's like, "It's gonna ruin you if you say anything. Like I heard about you having a run-in with the sister whatever at the church. Like it's gonna ruin you. Like the church controls the police department, it controls the people and their opinions, and it's gonna really mess with the way you look." And like him just struggling with the idea of like, I know that that's not right, and it doesn't sit well with me, and I've worked so hard to get to this point where I provide for my family and I have my own business and like shit like that. It wasn't the Great Depression also. I was confusing that with the main movie, but it's still a point in Ireland where there's just not a lot of money going, you know? But yeah, and it just kind of builds up to him making that decision as to whether or not to do what he thinks is right versus what's going to maybe be best for his family. Because like his kids go to there's the church and the school right next to each other, and the church controls the school. So if he does these things, he has kids that are still growing up to go have to get into that school. So if he fucks up with the church, they won't be able to go to the school. Like there's just all these things that are playing against this decision.
Interesting.
Okay, and the other one I watched was Weekend in Taipei, which is not a foreign film. It's something you've probably seen the trailer for. It's been before a few movies besides Luke Evans. I don't know the other characters' names, and Han from Fast and the Furious plays the bad guy in it.
Han and Shaw.
Yeah, well, Hobbs and Shaw, but Han and Shaw. Yeah. I got it. So it's definitely a movie that feels like it could have just gone to streaming with the style of movie it is, but I really enjoyed it. Like it's a movie that's very much up my alley. Like,
is it a comedy?
No, it's action, but it's definitely got comedy to it. It's an action movie.
Is it a mode of transportation movie?
They drive in cars, but it's not really a primary feature of the movie.
Weak. So
you would still like it. There's some good chase scenes in it, and some nice vehicles in it too. So Luke Evans plays a like DEA agent, or it's like some type of cop who is investigating a guy from the States who is trafficking drugs and stuff like that in the United States, who's Han's character. So you kind of get the backstory of him being already in like looking into this guy, and you are also dealing with the guy is married to a woman. He's been married to her for 15 years now, and she has a kid that's not his, that he took in after she has stuff go on in her life when she's younger. But the kid doesn't like that the father, he's like a big eco kid, like he's like wants to save the earth and save the planet and shit. And he doesn't like that that Han's character kills dolphins, like X amount of dolphins every year from like fishing nets and like all of this stuff. So he steals the ledger and is trying to give it to the cops to take down his stepdad, essentially. That cop that he is giving it to is Luke Evans' character. So he comes from the United States to Taipei. He was told not to. He does it anyways, goes on like a long weekend vacation and goes there to get the ledger. Leads to all these things happening. And you find out that basically the wife and kid are his ex and his child that he didn't know about the whole time. So he was working undercover. He was working undercover in Taipei 16 years ago. He meets a woman while he's undercover. He uses her to get in to the group and find out more information, but he falls in love with her. And the same night that she goes to tell him that she's pregnant is the same night he's like, you need to run because they want me to arrest you and use you to take down this whole operation. So he never finds out he has a kid or anything like that. And they haven't spoken in 15 years. And the whole movie is like shit happening from there.
Damn.
Quite the coincidence.
Yep.
Big spoiler. But
quite the happenstance. Well, we do spoilers and taste tests. So in theory, you said the ending to Anora without telling anybody.
I at least verify that everybody in this room is good. You know?
Okay. Yeah. That hasn't stopped us at any other point when others haven't seen the movie to talk about. I haven't seen here. I know everything about it.
All right, yeah, fair. Yeah. Touche.
I actually don't think that we ever spoke about anything that happened in that movie. Yeah, we didn't say any single detail
I just think that we
whatsoever.
can't
I
pick
told
and
you
choose.
everything you could know about that movie.
We've
The camera's
definitely
set in one
done
spot.
spoilers for movies that people in the room have not seen before.
Did you know that they showed the invention of the lazy boy in here?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very informative. When was it invented?
I don't know, but it was invented in that room apparently.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
Originally
It definitely
was
was
called the Recliner Boy.
Okay, yeah. Like they just threw that in there, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
No, the relaxy boy.
Relaxy Boy. That's what it was.
So yeah, I haven't actually ranked these yet. Fuck. Weekend in Taipei, yeah, could definitely be a streaming film. Not going to tell anybody to like rush out and see it. It's perfectly fine to wait till it's on like Netflix or whatever it might be, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's like just a fun movie, you know. Nothing astounding that I'm going to tell you to run out and see it, but it was definitely a good time. I gave it 3 stars.
Okay.
I don't have a ranking yet, so I'll just have to get back to that later. And then small things like these, I actually only gave 2.5 stars too. Because even though Cillian Murphy's really, really good in it, it's just a little dry. You want more to happen than I think ends up happening, but he's fantastic, interesting story. Just wish we got a bit more out of it.
Okay.
Cool. And I don't think I've watched anything of note outside of that. Like I said, I've been going through, like, I watched A Knight's Tale and like some stuff like that. But you know, we don't need to retread A Knight's Tale. I'm sure we've all seen it a time or two.
Yeah. Totally. That part with the knight?
It's gonna be one of the most embarrassing things for you.
What?
That you haven't seen A Knight's Tale.
There's a lot of things I haven't seen.
Yeah, but like A Knight's Tale is like
I might have seen it 10 plus times in my life.
More than
honestly,
that for me.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it when it came out and loving it. I've watched it a ton of times since then. I believe it's on Netflix right now, Dante. That's where I watched it. I think that's where I watched it. It might have been on something else, but I'm pretty sure it's Netflix. You're not a Heath Ledger guy, huh?
Batman?
I mean, he played the Joker.
We got another trade happening.
Yeah.
I got an offer sent to me that I'm going to decline.
Was it from Habibi Hibachi?
Yeah.
All right, that's the person who's making a trade right now.
Oh.
We keeping that in the pod, or?
I mean, it's a good taste league. It's a good taste cup. It's a good taste invitational cup. So,
for those who are interested, I traded for Christian McCaffrey today. It's a gamble, kind of a dumb move, but you know, Papa wants to win again this year.
Yeah,
reigning champ.
Dave is the reigning champ. That's how you earn your way onto the podcast. Actually, he got himself a chair for the year. The only way he keeps it is if he wins again. So when you see if you see somebody new on the pod at the end of the football season, you know why.
Damn.
Okay, yeah. So nothing more of note, correct? We're good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, as always, let us know what you've been watching out there. We'd be interested to hear. Let us know if you saw any of the stuff that we've talked about. What are some other things? Who should be the next Bond? Who should be the next Ethan Hunt? Would you go to the Coliseum for a fake fight for $0? Favorite sitcom dad? Do we have any other interesting tidbits? Are you ever worried about somebody coming in a soap dispenser when you go to the bathroom?
I told you guys that in confidence.
Right.
I thought this was a safe space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike your bathrooms.
Well,
you should bring a black light with you whenever you go to a public restroom.
I don't think that's how black lights work.
They're just semen detectors, aren't they?
No, I think you have to like spray something for it to actually be luminescent with the black
Also,
light.
I imagine like you just find out that there's cum everywhere in public bathrooms.
Probably don't want to find that out.
How many feet away from semen do you think you are in a public bathroom at all times, Dante?
I don't think it's feet. I think it's inches.
It isn't all public bathrooms that you're worried about there being not in. Like if you were to go to like a Celtics game, are you worried to use the soap?
Oh yeah. The garden? That's a cesspool.
What about your next trip to Cracker Barrel?
I don't think I'm allowed there.
How about your next trip to Creighton Barrel?
Can't afford there.
It's also not allowed. Okay. Yeah, let us know out there, guys, about all of those topics. And I mean all of those topics. Until next week, though, we bid you fale adieu.
Peace.
Bang, bang.
A skeet, a skeet.
For those with good taste.
Excuse.
You didn't think I was going to do an accent this time, huh?
I liked it so much.